Coast Guard apprehended 26 Pakistanis off Gujarat coast on Monday evening. Interceptor boat C419 operating off Jakhau caught 5 rubber dinghies with 26 Pakistani crew. The boat was caught 12 miles from Jakhau port. Pakistani fishermen were brought to harbour for interrogation. Let's go across to my colleague Ashish Singh joining us over the phone line. Morning, Ashish. What more details can you share with us about these 26 Pakistani nationals with this boat that was captured last evening?
That's right. Good morning, Akshay. The Indian Coast Guard interceptor vessel C419 it apprehended 5 Pakistani fishing boats, and there were total 26 Pakistani national crew on board. What we have been given to understand that so far the interrogation has not revealed anything substantial, and they claim that they are fishermen. At the same time, the focus of the Coast Guard was to ascertain whether they were carrying any weapon or any kind of ammunition on board. That is something that has been said negative. So far, nothing has been found on these boats, but the joint interrogation will continue because the location they were found from Jakhau. Jakhau, remember, is very close to Pakistan's maritime border. It's one of the coastal cities in Gujarat, and keeping the sensitivity the way Pakistan has been asserting itself in terms of terror, then certainly this was something very important. And since the time the Coast Guard apprehended these 5 Pakistani dinghies, they have been focusing on the intercepts and a few other intelligence as well. So far, they have not found anything substantial, but the joint interrogation of the state police, coastal police, Coast Guard, IB, RAW, and few other agencies are also underway. They yesterday at around 12:30 is when they reached Jakhau coast. They have been kept currently at the Indian Coast Guard Jakhau station quarter. Apart from that, the location I was mentioning from Jakhau was around 26 nautical miles from Jakhau, and from the nearest land the distance was just 12 miles. So the fishermen were obviously aware that they have crossed into the Indian maritime border, and despite that they were carrying out their activity. They claimed it was just fishing activity they were carrying out. But finally, after the interrogation, the Indian agencies will ascertain whether any kind of suspicion needs to be followed or not.
Ashish, in your view, how unusual really is this development? We're talking about 5 rubber dinghies. They're being captured, 26 Pakistanis off the Gujarat coast, 26 nautical miles into the Indian waters, as you're pointing out. How unusual really is this?
I won't say it is very unusual. There have been a lot of such incidents in similar past, and it happens with Indian fishermen as well. But the distance is an issue here. The fishermen do operate in herd and in a group, and that's the reason they were operating in 5 boats together. At the same time, what the agencies look at that by the time the Coast Guard the boats approach there, in the past we have seen that they throw the weapons or ammunition they were carrying into the water. That is what they are looking at. For that, they will have to carry out the thorough investigation of all the 5 boats with which there were 26 Pakistani crew members. So these cases have been found in recent past, but the distance in this case is a little unusual. 12 nautical miles from the nearest land border is something that the interrogating agencies are currently focusing on. Generally, they are found some 20-25 nautical miles away from the nearest land, but this time they've come a little too close. So that's something raises suspicion of the Indian Coast Guard and the agencies.
Okay, we'll leave it at that for a moment, Ashish. Thanks very much for joining us with those details.